All right. Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Agams that's pushing in truth and sincerity. All right, Lord willing, them brothers endure to the end, and the end is nigh, man, and keep pushing, man. We almost out of here. And in this vid, man, I just want to cover cover uh, the state of the planet of the people that's in control and the inhabitants of the earth, the state which they're driving the current world into, man. All right, is on a downward spiral. All right, and pandemic is in the air, man. Fear is in the air. All right, and it's ultimately done to fulfill the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. And with this, man, I'm gonna grab an article and show basically, those that are locked in and tuned in to what's going on, the state of the world right now, man. All right. But with no further ado, I'm going to play this video. It's 11 minutes long, but I'm going to play it to like 5 minutes. The brother posted it in the WhatsApp, man, and it was beautiful, man. Just for the coming times. All right. And there's certain concerns that the men of the Lord ought to look for, man. All right. But everybody that's in the know going to understand and look at it spiritual, man, and spiritually prepare themselves. But with no further ado, I'm going to play the video.
Just an economic collapse. This is a societal collapse. Are you ready for a cashless society and world communism? The purge about to play out in reality. Food shortages will happen when people run out of money. Also, the banking system is wobbling on the verge of collapse. When that happens, credit lines will freeze up, and what is left of the economy will come to a screeching stop everywhere. We are only 9 meals away from anarchy. As extreme wealth inequality has left households unprepared and without a cash buffer to weather the economic downturn. The banks are failing. Don't pay attention to that, look at this virus. And with the Fed and IMF buying all the MBS, who do you think will own all the real estate? 3% of all American restaurants have closed permanently so far. Promised relief failed to materialize in time, while hedge funds got bailed out right away. It's all by design. The shift from cash to digital fiat cashless societies is upon us. Most will be forced to shop online as the outside world becomes deadly. What we are witnessing is the globalist attempt at controlling the world with fear. America is gone, and a new tyrannical system has replaced it. Too bad most Americans are too ignorant to know it. This was a perfect cover to prepare for martial law-style shutdowns across the country. People as they sit in quarantine, as they lose their jobs, their homes, their pensions, their businesses and all this, I think they're waking up at the fact that they're being screwed. This has been what these assholes have been stalling for all along with these BS checks. Trying to stretch people to their absolute limits. We are already there, shit will hit the fan next weekend guaranteed. I bet a whole bunch of people disappear with the virus this week. At this point, what conclusion can you draw? Who in their right minds thought we could go over a month with no income? They are trying to incite the riots and looting. The average person is getting screwed, no other way to put it. Gun sales already hit their highest in history. If the virus doesn't get you, the economic unrest it has caused will. Wait until metro areas melt down and it's a war zone. Gunshot victims will quickly outnumber C-19 deaths. Get the hell out now if you can. We can't expect the government to fix this. At some point, people got to go back to work. The longer we are at a standstill, the worse things are gonna be going forward. Businesses are closing for good, people are squeezed, and a lot of useless people have been taught they should live like a doctor or lawyer with none of the work. There is a tipping point, and if we reach it, parts of this country will turn into Vietnam, I believe. There are a lot of militias out there. 2/3 of the country is not prepared for this. We are a few weeks out before marauders start going door to door looking for food. America made a huge mistake in rewarding people for doing nothing, feeding their kids, and teaching them to expect the government to take care of them. Wall Street hogs also feed at the dumbed-down public ed trough. They skim off all that criminalized bond money used to construct and maintain multi-million-dollar, Taj Mahal-style admin buildings, sports complexes, and prison-like classrooms. The masses should prepare for worst-case scenarios and not just a recession. You should not be scared of a virus but of your next-door neighbor if he is jobless, broke, and hungry. A hungry man is an angry man. Desperate people do desperate things. The veneer of civilization is pretty thin. The shutdown of the economy was planned for the bankers' transition to cashless, digital totalitarianism. South Korea has their situation under control. Business is open and running. So what's up with that? If you keep your pH at 7+, vitamin D 100+, vitamin C daily, wear a mask when shopping, you have nothing to worry about. These political hacks we elected have screwed up big time. Should be fired. In the winter of 2018, 80,000 Americans died from the flu, but there was no panic, nothing shut down, and not a word from the fake news media. Why? The elites will make this last forever. No matter how obedient the public is, the lockdowns and loss of freedoms are meant to continue indefinitely. The way this has collapsed, rolling out using the virus as cover, seems surreal. The power that be are literally telegraphing what they are doing for anyone paying attention. They want a gigantic crisis to justify their gigantic treason. In 3 weeks, continuing on this trajectory, the world will be on fire. There is too much evidence from the past of the cabal pushing the New World Order supremacy system. Their fake news propaganda is running on all cylinders to distract the sheeple. They want to take away all our rights, and the virus and financial collapse are the perfect covers. What were the odds that just at the toppling list of dead everywhere, there's a financial crash and pandemic?
Right, man. So, as you can see, all these things, propaganda, pandemic, okay, uproars, okay, this was all created, all right, for the fall of an economy, man. All right, and I'm going to go into this socio-economic disruption, man. I'm going to read in this article, but prior to doing that, all right, just a precept real quick to basically further prove that the scriptures are correct and right, man. Okay, because we know the scriptures to be written in paper. Okay, so therefore they'll become what? They'll become something that's not as important to people or unbelievable. Why? Because the Lord written them in paper, man. Okay, and it's not to everybody liking. All right, it's not in in a law of the land. All right, so people don't take it for granted, man. Okay, but this is 2nd Esdras 15:1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy." And right now, prophecy is jumping off the page, man. All these things was basically spoken of in the entire Bible, man, front to back. All right, including the Apocrypha, man. It says, "Which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." You see? So we know these things to be true. Why, man? Because the Father himself have ordained certain prophets, all right, to write them in paper, man. Okay? The things was written aforetime was written for our learning. Okay? And we have learned through wisdom that the Lord is about to visit the earth which he made. This 2nd Esdras 9:1. He said, "He answered me and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself." Okay, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, and part of the sign past is these upcoming calamities that's happening, the plagues, the pestilence, all right, the fear, okay, all these things was foresaid that they would happen when the end come, man. It says, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." So the Lord is basically making a preparing his army of hosts, okay, which are the angels, to set the way before Yahweh shall come, man, because the angels are doing that which they was created to do, man, okay? They're bringing division upon the earth, man, okay? So let me get into this article, all right? Because I know, I don't want to keep just kind of rambling at it, man. And once again, Lord willing, it be edifying, man. Okay? And those who going to take heed to it, they're going to take heed. So, it's neither here nor there. All right? So it says social disruption. And all these things, the propaganda, the hidden agendas, the devices that they're using, all right? We still know it's through the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, but it's the devices are carried out with the physical counterpart on the earth, which is Satan, man. Okay? Which is the left-hand side, all right? Those evil, what you would call evil angels, okay? All angels are angels, man. All right? They still do the working and the bidding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. They're all messengers. You know? It says social disruption. Social disruption is a term used in sociology, Salaki, to describe the alteration, dysfunction, or breakdown of social life. Now, have not that been the epitome of the past current events that have been transpiring in the earth for the last month or so? Okay, preferably the last month. All right, but it's been on the cusp. Okay, people just didn't witness it or realize it because stores been foreclosing. All right, we've been prophesying and preaching that America was for sale, the debt clock, okay, etc. It says, often in a community setting, okay? It says, and community means with unity, okay? It says, social disruption implies a radical transformation, all right? And it's been radical behavior, man. All right, all over from different people in different countries, not just preferably America, which is the target, okay? But all these neighboring countries, man. All right, they're in turmoil. All right, they're in complete dysfunction, man. Their governments have completely overthrown them. All right, it says, in which the old certainties of modern society are falling away and something quite new is emerging. Right, man? Because the elect is not ignorant of Satan devices, all right? And the new thing that is emerging is their new world order, all right? And their attempt to basically microchip the entire earth, man, okay? And be as the Most High, okay? It says, Salaki, social disruption might be caused through natural disasters. You see? Now, have not certain disasters in diverse places have taken place? Fires where normally don't have fires, earthquakes where earthquakes aren't known to have, hurricanes and floods where they're not normally, all right, done at, man. Which this is the Lord, okay, some send the angels to hurt the earth, man. All right? And that ultimate hurt gonna be once the men are sealed, and there's a famine of this word, and no men are basically speaking the word no more. Okay, the ark is gonna be closed. It says social disruption might be caused through natural disasters, massive human displacements. You see, and are not people being displaced? All right, to their normal lives. Okay, the society shift. All right, it's a paradigm shift happening before our eyes. It says rapid economic, technological, and demographic change, but also due to controversial policy making. Okay, so the people. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I ain't have it, but I'm gonna pull it up. You know, I don't want to just ramble and not bring out no precepts, because there's a lot of valuable information, man. Okay, that the people in the know should be locked into, man. All right, in the upcoming things to come, man. You see? But this is Daniel 8 and 25. And it says, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. You see? Because he gonna come with a escape plan or escape route, all right, to basically be like, look, man, if y'all want to go back to this regular social life, all right, then socioeconomics, all right, then y'all got to do this for me. You see? It says, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand, which is his ultimate, through a space force, all right, and everything that he's setting up. But in order to battle this, what they would like to say, these UFOs or these extraterrestrial beings that's going to come and battle them, in order to do that, they have to have the world in total subjection. They have to have control of all of the people, man. Okay? That's the only way to attempt to fight the Son of Man. All right. They have to have the earth under what? Subjection. Complete subjection. All right. Which the Lord going on what? He going spoil their enterprise, man. And they read that and they know they're not going to be able to do that. But guess what? They pride, man. Okay. They pride in them still is going to have them what? Attempt to do it, man. Or try to do it. Okay. Set their heart towards it. But this says social disruptions are, for example, rising sea levels that are creating new landscapes, drawing new world maps whose key lines are not traditional boundaries between nation states, but elevations above sea level. On the local level, an example would be the closing of a community grocery store, which might cause social disruption in a community by removing a meeting ground for community members to develop interpersonal relationships and community solidarity. All right, so let's see the results of social disruption, man, which is a collapse of social economy, man. All right. It says social disruptions often lead to 5 social symptoms. All right, now these are the symptoms or the stages or the state in which it progressively decline, or what you would call increase. All right, increase in wickedness. All right, and decline in life as we know it. Okay, it says frustration, because now know what, people are frustrated. You can't buy tissue. All right, you can't buy water. All right, it's one thing per person when you go in the store. All right, so what? It's creating a frustration. All right, and through frustration lead to what? Physical demonstrations, man. All right, and you see on a lot of videos where people are brawling. All right, the sedition is amongst men. Like I said, the scriptures are jumping off the page, man. If you in the know, it says democratic disconnection, which NATO and the EU, they've been what? Disconnected from each other, man. All right, disconnected from the whore. You got Brexit, all right, that have exit. All right, so you got the so-called Democrats and the Republic, which they're the same body. All right, they're just set up to what? Keep the people food. Okay, but even with them, you have differences, man. All right, but it says fragmentation, polarization, and escalation. And the key point in that is what? The escalation part. All right, when things start to escalate. Okay, when things start to escalate, the rulers of the earth gonna de-escalate things, man. All right, but they put all these procedures and propaganda and protocols in place so that they can make the what? The people get in what? An uproar. So they can what? Order out of chaos, man. Okay, it says studies from the last decade show that our societies have become more fragmented and less coherent. Neighborhoods turning into little states, organizing themselves to defend the local politics and culture against outsiders, and increasingly identifying through ways of voting, lifestyle, or well-being. Especially people on the more right and left political spectrum are more likely to say it is important to them to live in a place where most people share their political views and have similar interests. But the thing about the political views, they're already decided by the elites. All right, so you could vote. All right, okay, your votes all getting vetoed, man, because there's an agenda set up in place, which the voting committee. All right, they're all what? They're all under strict orders to basically carry out that which the bankers basically put in place for the people, man, the sheeple. You see, it says, hence, citizens become alienated from democratic consensus, all right, and tend to assume that their opponents believe more extreme things than they really do. Moreover, fear of being identified as unqualified, denied value and dignity, and for that reason marginalized, excluded, or outcast is giving rise to the widespread disenchantment with the idea that the future will improve the human condition and a mistrust in the ability of nation states to make this happen. Okay, it says at the same time, accelerations in liberal progressions, globalization, and migration flows have led to increasing polarized contestations about national identities, a volatile and critical social state prone to conflict, escalation, hate crimes after Brexit vote, incident at far-right rally in Charlottesville, USA, which the video that I showed is characterizing is characterizing all the things that's transpiring to this day, man, within this article, man, and what's to come. You see? So I'm gonna grab some words real quick, basically identifying, the state in which we're currently experiencing, man. Cause social disruption is the new normal. Okay? Get this in y'all head that this is gonna be the new normal moving forward. All right. Even if the COVID-19 is covered, or so-called cured, all right, or brought back to a normal state, no one would be able to go back to that normal state because of the fear, because of the not knowing what's next to happen. All right, people's minds are gonna be in debacles, man. All right, not understanding what the government is doing, but those that put their trust in their government shall very well fall with them, man. Okay, because a process of detaining the masses is in place, man. Okay, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay. And we want to get that word real quick, detention, because this is what's coming upon the people, man. You see? Detention. It says the act of keeping back or withholding, okay? To hold back, to keep off, to detain. It says, it's locking. It says the sense of confinement. See, confinement is coming to the people, man. Okay, that's why they're throwing the words around like isolation, quarantine, okay, social distancing, okay, confinement, okay, isolate, different things like that, man. Okay, to get the people minds ready to basically be in this state, man. They're not just doing this just because they have the platform to do it. They're doing this ultimately because this is a carrying out of the Lord, man. The Lord is about to visit the earth. It says a sense of confinement, restraint, the state of being detained, a keeping in, a punishment. All right. And this is the punishment on the people, man. Okay. Because it tell you in Isaiah, which became one of my favorite scriptures. All right. As of late, but this Isaiah 26:9. It says, with my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, and all these things are judgments from the Most High, man. The inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness, man. You see? So this is what's happening, man. The Lord is teaching the earth righteousness, man, which they still not going to adhere to it. Or hit to it. That's why ultimately what's coming behind it, the fire, man. All right, the total destruction. You see? But that was detention. I want to grab stimulus because they speaking of stimulus packages. All right, and people must know the things that's going on, man. With these things and all these words I'm gonna grab gonna all be have something in common with each other, man. All right. This is stimulus. It says originally a medical term. Something that goes a lazy organ, all right, a goad, a pointed stick, figuratively a stick of pain, incitement, a spur. Okay, it says generally sense of something that excites or arouses the mind or spirit. You see? So this is something that's going to arouse the mind or the spirit. All right, we're going to give you a stimulus package, which is going to arouse the people up, have them in a false sense of reality, like, oh, things are getting better, which is going to furthermore entrap your mind, man. Okay, keep your mind contained. It says, arouses the mind or spirit. Okay, that's pretty much it in that. But I want to get isolation. Okay. Because this is what they're trying to do, man, with the social distancing. All right. Come on. Isolate. Salaki. Right. This isolate. To set or place apart. And with everybody that's so-called coming down with the COVID-19, what they saying? Oh, I having no symptoms, but everybody just stay at home, quarantine, isolate yourself. It says to set or place apart, to detach so as to make alone. So this is what they want to do. Remember that the greatest tactic to use in war is to divide, then what? Conquer. Because a divided house can't stand. All right, so they're and Jake, which is who they're ultimately doing it for. All right, Jake makes up the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, the chosen people of the Bible. Jake already a distance from each other, man. All right, because we believe that our own people are the enemy, man. All right, so by them doing this widens the gap. All right, it makes it even easier for them to come from house to house and break us down. Why? Because neighbors are not going to help each other. They're going to what? Be against each other, man. Okay? It's strength in numbers, but guess what? We're the majority of the earth, but the average person believe in a mind that we're the minority, man. So our people are already defeated, man, before the battle began. You see? It says to set apart, to set or place apart, to detach so as to make alone, man. All right. So lock it. Which it does paralyze us, man. To a degree. And when I say us, I'm speaking to Jake, but those men of the Lord are isolated. Yeah, hey. And it's beautiful because that's double-sided, because guess what? The men of the Lord been social distancing, been, quarantining inside of using their leisure time to learn what's coming so they could get properly prepared. Social distancing themselves from sinners, all right, from the world, all right? Okay? The men of the Lord been doing that. So we don't have to make an adjustment, man. We just have to continue on the things we've been doing. All right. It says, okay. All right. That's pretty much it in that. All right. Now I want to get, that was isolation. I want to get quarantine because people have to know what's going on, man. A lot of our people are just, being mockingbirds, repeating the words that they hear. They're not looking up information. They're not saying what direction they'll be driven into. If they could clearly see, they can see that they're being cornered off to be put to death, man. All right. And these military troops and everything that's moving in, hey, this real life, man. All right. Because Jake take everything for joke. You got the video with the Corona clap, all right, and you got Jake making videos and things like that. But these gonna be the same people as they making their videos. They gonna get taken away in their evil, man, in their wickedness. All right, but this quarantine, it says a ship suspected of carrying disease is kept in isolation, and isolation is the process for being detained, to being put in detention. All right, they just getting your mind ready for it, man. Okay, one thing about this devil, he's strategic. All right, because remember the Lord is is allowing this devil to do this, man, for the neglecting his word and being disobedient, man. All right, so nobody's gonna take this man down that's running the earth but Yahweh Shah, man. All right, and he gonna do it by his son. But it says, a Puritan ship suspected of carrying disease is kept in isolation. All right. Literally a space of 40 days, which was a complete amount of time. Remember, Yahweh Shah fasted for 40 days. He was what? By himself, man. You see? From where you get the word quanterion, all right, or which means 40. All right. Which is Salaki. It says is first enforced in 1377 of keeping ships from plague-stricken countries waiting off its port for 40 days to assure that no latent cases were aboard. You see? Any period of forced isolation, man. All right, so it's forced quarantine and it's forced isolation, man. All right. Okay, so I get one more word, and then grab a precept or two and get out of here, man. All right, all right. Let me see. See symptom. Right, symptom. It says a symptom of a disease. Now remember, the quarantine, okay, that I just read was to keep those in disease, isolated. It says, from Greek, a happening, an accident or disease, a happening. All right. And then what's going on right now? A happening. They got a movie. I think it came out in like 2008. Don't quote me on that. But the name of the movie is The Happening. You see? I watched Pandemic last night. And when you brothers get a chance, get that. You'll see the state of the levels of the people from level 1 to level 5. And level 5 being the most aggressive. And the level 1 being, the hope. Or you got hope, but you're still infected, man. You see? It says accident, disease, from to befall or to happen. You see? So a symptom is something to befall or to happen. So when they say you got symptoms, hey, what's happening to you is they're readily controlling your mind to set you up for vaccinations, all right, to further go with their propaganda. I mean, they propaganda, propaganda too, all right? To what? Furtherly go with their move, man, all right? It says a fall, a coincide, fall together. You see? You see, it's a fall together, a symptom, man. And guess what? People are all falling by that shit, man. Let's get virus. All right. And like I said, man, I just want to go over these things because this is pretty much, what's upon us. All right. And Jake not stu this, man. The righteous study at the answer. So guess what? We're finding out all these things, which we already know, scripturally. All right. That's not the boast or brag. But if you into the scriptures, you knowing that these things had to come to pass are true. This virus, it says a poisonous substance. Okay. Poison, sap of plant, liquid, potent juice. Poison is which perhaps originally meaning to melt away, to flow, okay, to use a foul malodorous fluids. All right. Let me see. The meaning agent that causes infectious disease. You see? So disease, symptoms, all right, quarantine, they all coincide with each other, man. Okay? And then you got the social distancing and what? All these are processes of detaining the masses, man. What they gonna go with? I'll get this final one. I'll get confined. I'll just get confinement. All right, it says the state of being confined and restrained by force, necessity, or obstacle. Okay, to border, to shut up, to enclose. You see? So this is the ultimate end game. I'll go down here and read this too. It says, as restraint from going abort by childbirth, and which we are confined from childbirth. Birth with what? Social Security, birth certificates. All right, you name it, man. You see? So all this coincides with the agenda that was from the beginning, man. All right, that we're basically reaching a peak of this end, and this devil about to come down with great wrath, man. Okay? Because he know it, he had it but a short time. All right? In Job 14:5, he said, I have given him on bounds that he cannot pass. All right? And guess what? Those bounds is upon him. All right? And he know it because he see the prophecies coming to pass. All right? It says, to be confined, be unable to leave house or bed from sickness or childbirth. Okay? So that's, that's in confinement, man. But you know, that pretty much was it, man. You know, like I said, you know, Lord willing, it was edifying, man. And you know, this is just the beginning of sorrows and the upcoming calamities, man. It's gonna get 1,000 times worse than what you see. So if you listening to this video, man, go repent and get your life right, all right, while there's still time, okay? Because long as the men are still preaching and teaching, you have time to repent. And if you don't repent, man, you gonna suffer the most horrific deaths, man, out here, man. Okay? There's no more mercy for you in the day of wrath, man. But with that, man, you know, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rikakodash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the icons that pushing the truth and sincerity. Till the next time, I want to say Shalom.